Hello, good morning, Vinyl Community. Thanks for dropping in. Tony's LPs are us. I'm Tony. I'm just going to do a quick video again for you. I thought of this topic the other night, and I was actually looking through a book of album covers that my good friend Donnie gave me, another audiophile friend of mine. And I looked through the book, and it had some interesting uh, cover art. And what I discovered was a lot of these artists actually drew the cover art for some of their records. And I'm going to go through a bunch of those now. First one up we have is this one, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, the greatest hits, called So Far. And that's artwork by Joni Mitchell. You could see her signature on the bottom there. This is a great album in itself. And she actually, as you know, was friends and collaborators with the Boys. And she wrote Woodstock. She didn't perform in Woodstock, much to her chagrin. Her management kind of thought it wasn't worth the trip, and she missed out. But Crosby, Stills, and Nash were there. So this one here is the back, and this is a Atlantic pressing. Next one up is something that we've talked about before. Klaus Voormann, bass player on various Beatles solo albums. He may have played with them in Germany, but he wasn't on any of their records, but he was on Ringo's record, George's record, and John's records. So that's Klaus Voormann, who designed Revolver and won a Grammy Best Artwork in '66, I believe. Revolver. Another one up is Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell's LP, Clouds. And this is a beautiful record. Inside we have artwork, lyrics, and a beautiful pastel sunset. And that's a great self-portrait. This is on the Reprise label. This is an early Reprise pressing. Another one, which I wasn't aware of until recently, that Cat Stevens drew a few of his album covers. And that's this one, Tea for the Tillerman, Cat Stevens. This is A&M pressing. And it's an A&M reissue. They all sound great. I actually have a couple of Cat Stevens pink rims on Island that I bought in the UK when I visited. And that's a great illustration there. Here's another Cat Stevens, Teaser and the Fire Cat. This is a fantastic album with Moonshadow, Peace Train, Tuesday's Dead, Morning Has Broken. Could be a greatest hits album. And illustrations by Cat Stevens. And here we have Gatefold and a nice photo of the cat. And this is a Pink Island. This is a UK. This sounds fantastic. I was really happy to find this on my trip to a record store in London. Here's another self-portrait, which is called Self-Portrait, Bob Dylan. This is Columbia pressing, which I believe was only on Columbia. Here we have the inside. I'm not sure what pressing this is. This is a reissue. It's on a 2i. Another Joni Mitchell. Similar to the artwork on So Far. Very abstract. Beautiful artwork on the back. So these artists were multi-talented. They may not be able to dance, but they could draw, they could write, they could perform. And here's the lyrics. Poetry in motion. Here's the inner. And that's a nice reprise. To play again and again is the tagline. Here we have a nice one, which was a John Entwistle cover. These paintings are all John Entwistle of The Who. And here we have a paint kit, oil paint kit, or acrylic. And this actually came with a poster of the cover art, which is really nice. The Spider, John Entwistle, one of my favorite bass players in rock. When you listen to Quadrophenia with headphones on, or Quadrophenia on a good system with the proper speakers, proper adjustment, the bass is just, it's thunderous. Without that bass, the Who records would not be the same. He was just amazing. Here's another John Entwistle, Who by Numbers. And this is a sketched out numeric thing. I think I did that, or someone did that. I have a few copies of this. This is actually a cutout, which is strange that a Who record would be cut out on MCA. And here's the MCA inner, MCA Rainbow label. Fantastic record with Slip Kid, However Much I Booze, Squeeze Box, Dreaming from the Waist, How Many Friends, and Hand or Face. This has Nicky Hopkins on it. It's produced by Glenn Johns, mastered by Doug Sachs at the Mastering Lab of Los Angeles, drawing John Entwistle. So this has all the pedigree. This is the one you want. If you don't have many Who albums, this is fantastic. And for a live record, I would suggest the Who Live at Leeds, one of the best live records of all time. And here we have one that was done by cover photograph by Paul's wife, Linda. She did many covers for Paul. This is Ram. And those are her photographs. And inside we have her photographs. Let me see the pressing on this. And this is an Apple pressing. Great album. I believe Paul reissued this on his reissue series. Really hard cover. And that's the spine. And last up I have the John Lennon. John did these when he was a young lad. I think one is age 11 up here, 1952. And I'll show you how this works. You can see the illustrations as they open up. It's a die cut. But it's just fascinating that these folks who could sing, perform, write incredible, iconic songs that also had talent drawing. And John's artwork evolved. As you know, Yoko actually sold a lot of his artwork in galleries throughout the country. Every year she would turn up in a different city. And I was lucky enough to get Snow is Falling with the lyrics written by John in gold. And that's it. I have more, but that's just a short segment. And I'm going to also pick out a record that has audiophile properties. It's an OG pressing. And it's also a portrait by the artist. And that's Bob Dylan, Planet Waves. So Bob drew this, probably designed the back. This is a great album. It was originally released on Asylum. This is the Columbia pressing. They're both good. I have the Asylum that I usually go to when I want to play it. But this has audiophile properties where Bob Dylan is straight in the middle of your in between your two speakers, right in between where the sound stage is. And his vocals are so front, in your face. It's like he's sitting on his bench, on his stool rather, with a guitar, and he's singing to you in your living room. So I recommend Planet Waves. And again, the drawing is by Dylan. I'll show you the pressing. It's a Columbia pressing. I guess the rights reverted back to Columbia from Asylum. I believe Bob did 2 records for Asylum. The one live with the band may have been Before the Flood, and then Planet Waves. And Planet Waves is a great album. Hazel, Forever Young, a different version of Forever Young, Never Say Goodbye, the wedding song. And on here is the band: Robbie Robertson, Rick Danko, Levon Helm, Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel. And this is Special Assistants, Robbie Robertson. And this was recorded in 3 or 4 days in November. And it's just a really cool record. And this was drawn by Bob, as all the records in this little segment. So I hope you liked it. If you have any comments, leave them. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, please subscribe. I'm going to be doing a video every few days. I'm also doing shorts to actually advertise what my next videos will be. So keep rocking, stay safe, be careful. And spring is almost here, so we'll be rocking outside soon. We'll get the albums outside. We'll do some videos out there. But keep rocking, stay safe. I really appreciate you stopping in. Thanks very much. I know your time is valuable. There's tons of great content as far as VC go on YouTube. I'm really fascinated by some of the talent that's out there, and I'm just trying to put my 2 cents in. So, like I said, any comments, any requests, I'll be happy to oblige. So thanks a lot. Tony's LPs are us signing out. Ciao.